what you said is very important. But take us through the importance of this seaport. I know it's going to change the livelihood of Gambians, especially the youth, particularly those in Sanya.
I will just summarize it. I think for those of us that were in the venue, yeah, even if you are not that much acquainted with marine transportation or what port is all about, the MD of port do justice by giving highlighting the significance of this project. When it comes to, like I said earlier, when it comes to our national development, of course, when it comes to boosting our economic activities, because the marine is the port is a very critical point for every country, and it defines the nation's economic activities.
Okay.
So over the years, of course, there was an over the years it was very clear from government point of view, and of course from the international marine transportation, that Gambia is gradually losing customers due to our lack of capacity when it comes to our ports.
That's
So
true.
government find it very necessary. Of course, several expansions has been done in Banjul, but we all know that Banjul is a capital city, and then it does not have that significant space. I'm trying to expand port to a certain extent in Banjul. First, it will have significant effect on people that are living there because many houses have to be vacated, and two, even at that, it would not still serve the purpose. So that is why the government decided to put it to Sanya. And because if you look at the port, for instance, now. Certain vessels cannot come to Banjul because of the capacity and because of the space. The space they cannot park, and then you cannot bring a vessel to a country where the vessel cannot park properly. It's very dangerous, and then vessels are diverted. And by default, commercial activity like sub-region, particularly in West Africa, like Senegal, for instance, are taking most of our customers. That's when it's referred to Mali, for instance. Mali is a landlocked; they don't have a port.
Okay.
So over the years, growing up, some of us see Malians were coming to their port containers here and declare them and take them to Mali, and of course, Guinea-Bissau as well, and some other countries that are close to us. So this is one of the challenges, of course, and that has an effect on container price because when all vessels are not coming, which means the potential the vessels that are coming here are taking a significant risk, and then there will be extra costs when it comes to those vessels moving to Banjul, and that cost will always reflect on the price of commodity in the country. And of course, when it comes to job creation as well, and of course, there's a limited job creation. Going on, but port expansion will employ more Gambians, both professional and non-professional alike, and it increases our economic activity, and of course it easy burden on Gambian people. For instance, if a port can any vessel can come to Banjul, the price of the commodity, for example, if the price of container is now 6,000, for instance, and the people vessels are coming like birds, you can have a container price go to 3,000. Obviously, if the container was to pay 7,000 or 6,000, now you are paying 3,000. 3,000 can no longer be paid by government because the commercial community or business leaders, whatever they spend on their transportation or purchasing, clearance up to their cargo, their warehouses, they add all together and ask Gambians to pay at the end of the day. So the unemployment is already going down when it comes to in Sanyang already. And then, like I said, the young people of Sanyang, and in particular the families in Sanyang and the Gambia at large, are going to be key beneficiaries for this. And there was a lot of skepticism as to how they're going to go, even how are they even going to build constructions, how it was start. But we all see what happened yesterday. It have started well, and if you go to the seaside, you already see there's a work because I particularly visited there. The road to the seaside is almost very far complete. It's a near completion, and then the project have kick-started. So the impact have already started. I'm sure the people of Sanyang, they have reason why they come already now because they've already started. They've seen the impact at the start. So
meaning it's going to change the life and the livelihood of Sanyang people.
Indeed.
Of course. Away from that, let's talk about what the president said during the meeting yesterday. It was very important. If you listen to it, you definitely know his heart. He has a big heart for the country.
President Barrow, for some of us that are privileged to know him, I have never seen someone both in and outside government that love this country than him. But of course, many people say every president should love his country. But President Barrow loved this country. And when we say it, some people will think that he people are Barrow's boys. That is why it's not about that. You know, we are lucky to sit with him and discuss national issues with him. And then I can tell you, he loved the country and genuinely. And then he is particular about legacy and legacy that he want to leave a blueprint in this country where he want to set a standard when it comes to governance. President Barrow does not believe a government is for few and the government should be controlling people's life and livelihood. What he believes is government should be providing services to the people. For him, he's very much particular about services. Whatever he tells him, if there's nothing like Gambian service to Gambian people, he's not interested. So if you look at the president, but since he came to power, anytime he said he is doing something, many people doubted him. They would say he cannot do it. Gambia does not have the money. And he is very cognizant of the fact that Gambia does not have the money. But one thing he believed in, he always said that he's very ambitious, he's very committed and determined. He knew, when you don't know your problem, you can't work on it. Exactly. Somebody knew Gambia does not have enough money to fund all our development projects. But he knew that is why he always looked for a solution to our problem. Because he does not think we should just limit ourselves with the confinement. Gambia does not have enough money to fund our project. Therefore, that we are only getting 1 billion or 2 billion, for instance, and we can implement all of it. No, he extends his hands to wherever we can. We all heard him yesterday say that publicly, that he's open to everybody, both in and outside government. That he has a true plan that he wants to make sure he complete. That is the building Banjul Bara Bridge and building a new airport for Gambia. And then he didn't say that we are going to do it. I need everybody to come, whatever idea you have. And he said something that for me that touched me a lot. It touched my heart. That he said, if you believe in God and you have a vision and you committed to that, you get it done. And that is what he has been doing over the years. When he said that we are going to have an 90% electricity supply, many people doubted him. He cannot do it. Now we can see that people have the rural Gambia now. Electricity is coming. Everybody see that some part of the North Bank I can see, and they start enjoying the electricity, and some part of South Bank also very soon they are going to start. Okay. So to me, I have no doubt this project is going to complete because he is very much committed.
And what are your plans ahead of the 2026 presidential elections?
Now, of course, running to 2026. Like I said, for us, it just worked towards 2026. President Barrow believes one thing: he has a mandate from 2021 to 2025, and governments are going to decide in 2026. But what we are focusing on as a party now is the promise that we are given, and the clear promise was given to Gambians. President Barrow made a very clear promise and very simple and straightforward that you don't need anyone to open a book for you to read. He told Gambians in 2021 campaign that he's going to continue with his road infrastructure, he's going to continue with electricity expansion and healthcare, and that's exactly what he's doing. So for us in 2026, governments are going to assess, because the election is all about assessments. And for us in NPP, that's what we are working on. That we are making sure that we fulfill all the promise we made to the Gambian people with our party leader. And by the time the question and answer session comes, governments are asking questions. We now play our scorecards, because at the end of the day, our scorecard will determine the government next government to make a decision. That's what we do, and that's what we are working on. Of course,
then are you come 2020?
Extremely confident. Government have no reason to change the president. What is the reason to change the president? He's delivering. The country is stable. When you talk, people keep saying that, peace, do we eat peace? We don't eat peace. We endure peace. There are people, there are countries that are in chaos. There are countries that are very unstable because the government are not delivering. Is our government not delivering? Government is delivering dividend of democracy to the people, and government should be for the people, by the people. So NPP is the only alternative for this country as of now. I do not see any other options.
But why are you so confident?
Because we are delivering.
Recently, we see that there are some issues within the NPP, and this is why President Barrow have to come in and say that you have to put your house in order.
No, President Barrow did not come in and say we should put our house in order. He gave a speech at our central committee meeting. Again, that showed that how transparent NPP is. For the first time in the history of this country, having a political establishment calling their central committee meeting and allowing a media and a leader giving a speech that is going outside. Because the President Barrow believes NPP is for Gambians. government need to know how we manage the party.
But why are some of your militants are leaving the party?
Going back to the militants are leaving the party. Well, I don't think I have seen few people are resigning.
Can we see that some of them are fed up with the NPP, with the way things are going? This is why most of them are leaving.
Okay, let's